Hello, everybody. Sophia Parola here, hosting with Garden State Film Festival. I have the pleasure of interviewing the two people behind the making of the short film, Just a Taste. It'll be premiering this year at the Garden State Film Festival. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm so excited for our interview today. Can you guys both start off introducing yourselves and your title in this film? Mark, can we start off with you?
Sure. My name's Mark Mazzeo. I'm the writer, director, and producer.
Very good. Thank you, Mark.
Hi, I'm Dean Tatuli. I was the director of photography and producer as well.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. And Mark, since you were director, writer, and the editor,
Yes, editor as well. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, can you explain to everyone out there what is this film about?
Well, it's essentially the two guys having a conversation, and the one asks the other if he believes in God, and the other says he has a sort of complicated answer, and then he sort of tells his answer.
Absolutely. So this whole film is stemmed off of such a wide, well-known, important question that I'm sure a lot of people ask themselves or someone. Can I ask you, how did you come up with this idea to write a film about this question that it was stemmed off of?
It's funny because I'm not really sure, because I wrote the first draft of this like 12 years ago or something.
Wow.
And it's just a weird thing that I kept thinking about going back to it. And we finally did, obviously. But yeah, I don't really remember what the original sort of, inspiration for it was, because it was so long ago. But yeah.
Oh, well, that's interesting. 12 years. That's amazing. So can I ask you guys, when did you start filming this? I noticed in the short film, one of the characters had like a face mask around his ear. So I'm guessing it was during COVID and you did a nice little distance. And yeah. Dean, I'll start off asking you, being DP of this, how was it filming, I'm guessing you guys were trying to follow guidelines. Tell me about just filming this short film.
We only had three. It was only Mark, myself, and Ian on set, so it was just three of us. So we didn't. It was easy to social distance because it was just me behind the camera. Mark's on camera and Ian's on camera, and then my sister plays the love interest character who shows up later on. And even that was all in a park. We all wore masks when we weren't on camera, so it was pretty easy to social distance with such a tight knit crew. Only 4 people total.
Right. And so, how, I'm guessing, obviously, making a film during COVID is very different than making a film usually. And I know you said it was easy to social distance because there wasn't as many people on set, and you're in a park, but how is it different than making regular films? And what have you guys learned about filming during this climate?
Do you want to take that one, Mark?
It's just, it's just different because it's another thing to think about. You have to, there's always, anytime you're making a movie, there's a million different things that could go wrong at any moment, a million different things that you have to prepare for. So it's just an extra thing that you have to kind of be on top of. And that's actually one of the reasons, like I said, I wrote this so long ago, but one of the reasons that we decided to make it was because not only had I been always thinking about it over the years, but we realized, this is something that we can do with a minimal amount of people. It's all outdoors, no crazy locations or anything. So it was very, it sort of lent itself to filming with sort of COVID safety restrictions and stuff.
Absolutely. And Dean, in your perspective, how is it different for you being DP on this film as compared to a film before COVID? Would have been another
I actually did another movie during COVID, and it was a big, maybe more like 10 people on set, and it was way harder to adhere to guidelines on that. Something like this, it was actually kind of like, I don't know about Mark's experience, but it was kind of freeing being able to just be so tight and small and kind of like do whatever we wanted because it was just the 3 of us. So it was a really collaborative experience, and it was really fun. Not that the other film wasn't fun, it was just a bigger, different experience. So yeah, I kind of liked it, doing it so tight.
Of course. Well, you guys lucked out on having this all prepared and a small crew that I'm sure you trusted. That was awesome. And I want to ask you guys, I mean, why did you want to submit this to Garden State Film Festival specifically? Mark, I'd love to know where you saw this film headed and why Garden State Film Festival is a good place to display it.
Mhm. Well, I've I've been wanting to show something at Garden State Film Festival for a very long time. So because I'm from New Jersey, from South Jersey, and so it's sort of like I guess the home state festival. It's and it's a pretty big as far as Jersey festival goes, it's one of the biggest. So I've always wanted to screen there, and so I'm very excited to finally have something in the festival.
That's awesome. Dean, have you been a part of Garden State Film Festival before?
No, like Mark said, we've been entering it for quite a while, and it was awesome to finally get something in, and I'm thrilled. I'm really excited to be a part of it this year.
That's so cool. And I mean, Mark, so you're from Jersey. Did you guys also film this in Jersey?
Yeah, so it's all filmed in Washington Township, New Jersey. So about like 25 minutes from Philadelphia.
Okay. Wow, very cool. I mean, we love to have our filmmakers that are from Jersey, and it really does feel like home, and it feels like we're all family. I mean, so that's so great that this has always been on your mind, and we hope that even in the future you continue to submit to Garden State. And I would love to ask you guys, I mean, as filmmakers, obviously it's hard to be creative and make films during this time, but you, Dean, this isn't the first time you've filmed during COVID, and Mark, you found a way to make it easier to film this short film during this time. I mean, what would you say to people out there who maybe haven't had the creativity the way it was, or need some advice about how to film during COVID? What have you learned through this process? If you don't mind me asking, Mark, if you want to start us off.
Yeah, as far as creative process, I'm kind of a big believer in like there's no such thing as like writer's block. You have to just kind of do it. You might not have good ideas at any for a long stretch, but as long as you're actually writing, eventually something will come. And then as far as like filming, I think you can do it safely. I think you just have to be. It's like anything else. It's like anything else that in this last year that we've had to do. As long as you're smart about it and you're cautious and you're following the recommendations of the people that know what they're talking about, and you're safe, I think you can get a lot of things done. And I would also say that hopefully soon enough this will all sort of be over, but in the meantime just be smart about it, be safe, and I think anything can basically get done.
Well said, well said. I'm going to think about that always next time I say I have writer's block. No such thing. Mark said there's no such thing. And Dean, what would you say for anyone out there who wants to make something during COVID? What have you learned being a DP during this time?
I mean, it's definitely possible. Like I said, I did another film that was kind of a bigger project, a 30-minute project, and we got it done. Nobody got sick. We were really careful. It was a really fun experience. We did keep the crew small. It was only, like I said, 10 people total, maybe throughout the whole course of the film. And then Mark and I are proof that you can do it with 4 people if you have the right idea and the right drive. And Mark and I have worked together for going on 10 years, so it's easy with somebody like that. But you can do it. There's people out there like us who want to work with you and collaborate and find out what your local groups are doing and get involved.
Awesome, guys. Awesome. Thank you so much. And my last question for you guys, I mean, since you just were saying it's easy just to get some people together and make something, I mean, I want to know why do you guys think it's important for people to take the time to either make films and share their story, or just people who like to watch films? Why is it important to watch, support, and invest in filmmaking in general and the entertainment, especially, during this time? I mean, why do you love film so much? Why is it important for people to really invest money if they have it, or time, or into this?
I think a lot of people have spent the last year, in their homes, or, barely going out or not going out at all. And if you didn't have movies to watch or TV shows to watch or music or, books, things like that, you'd probably be going insane. You'd be driving up the wall. And so as far as, that's why it's important for there to be, films and art in general. And as far as, like making it, well, I don't know. To me, film is like it's sort of the ultimate art form because it sort of brings everything together. You have to have, the writing and photography and acting and art design and music and all these things have to work together. And it really, to me, it really feels like like I said, the ultimate art form, just kind of bringing that all together to tell a story in what can be a viscerally powerful way.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And Dean, anything you'd like to add about why it's so important for people to support and invest in films?
I'm just going to echo what Mark said. Basically, it share our stories in general and to a camera on their iPhone, and everybody can tell their story, and all those voices should be heard. So keep making films and keep watching films. It's not going anywhere. It's awesome.
Absolutely. I mean, wonderfully said, guys. And what better way to end it off? For anyone who will be home and is looking for something to do in March, definitely, hopefully, they take advantage of watching these amazing films virtually at home. You can catch Just a Taste at the virtual venue of the St. James on the film block at 12:15 to 2:15 p.m. Saturday, March 27th. So I really hope people take the time to watch this short film that starts off with a question that is a pretty important question. I was asking myself that, and it was interesting the way you guys went about that. So congratulations. I really enjoyed watching it, and thank you so much for this interview and all your words of wisdom, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having us. This was fun.